1. The Evil Dead. It is a 1981 American independent supernatural horror film written and directed by Sam Raimi. In his feature directorial debut, 5 college students vacationing in an isolated cabin in the woods, where they find an audio tape that, when played, releases a legion of demons and spirits, for members of the group suffer from demonic possession, forcing the 5th member, Ash Williams, Campbell, to survive an onslaught of increasingly gory mayhem. The film's extensive prosthetic makeup and stop-motion effects were created by artist Tom Sullivan. The Evil Dead grossed $2.4 million in the United States and $27 million overseas, for a worldwide gross of $29.4 million. Both early and later critical reception were universally positive in the years since its release. The film has developed a reputation as one of the most significant cult classics, having been cited among the greatest horror films of all time and one of the most successful independent films. 2. Evil Dead 2. It is also known in publicity materials as Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, 1987 American comedy horror film directed by Sam Raimi, who co-wrote it with Scott Spiegel, the second installment in the Evil Dead film series. It is considered both a remake and sequel, or requel, to The Evil Dead, 1981. It stars Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams, who vacations with his girlfriend to a remote cabin in the woods. He discovers an audio tape of recitations from a book of ancient texts, and when the recording is played, it unleashes a number of demons which possess and torment him. The finished film was released in the United States on March 13, 1987, due to its high level of violence. It was released through a pseudonymous distributor to curb an anticipated X rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. Evil Dead 2 opened on March 13, 1987 to an unimpressive weekend gross of $807,260, due to its limited release in 310 theaters at the time. However, after spending a little over a month in theaters, it ultimately grossed $5,924,421 worldwide. 3. Army of Darkness. It is a 1992 American dark fantasy comedy film directed, co-written, and co-edited by Sam Raimi. The film is the third installment in the Evil Dead film series and the sequel to Evil Dead 2, 1987. Starring Bruce Campbell and Embeth Davidtz, it follows Ash Williams, Campbell, as he is trapped in the Middle Ages and battles the undead in his quest to return to the present. Army of Darkness had its premiere at the Sitges Film Festival on October 9, 1992 and was released in the United States on February 19, 1993. It received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised Raimi's direction, humor, visuals and Campbell's performance, though criticism was aimed at the lighter tone compared to the previous films. It was released by Universal on February 19, 1993 in 1,387 theaters in the United States, grossing $4.4 million, 38.5% of total gross, in its first weekend. On a budget of $11 million, the film earned $11.5 million in the US and $21.5 million worldwide. 4. Evil Dead. It is a 2013 American supernatural horror film directed by Fede Alvarez, who co-wrote the screenplay with Rodo Sayegh. It is the fourth installment in the Evil Dead film series. The story follows a group of 5 people under attack by dead people in a remote cabin in the woods. Talks for a fourth Evil Dead film began in 2004, with original film actor Bruce Campbell about the possibility for a next film in the franchise. The project was officially announced in July 2011, with Ghost House Pictures producing it, Diablo Cody in the process of revising the script and Fede Alvarez chosen as the director. Evil Dead had its premiere at South by Southwest on March 8, 2013 and was released in the United States on April 5 by Sony Pictures, releasing through the TriStar Pictures label. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and grossed $97 million worldwide against a production budget of $17 million. A fifth installment, titled Evil Dead Rise, was released by Warner Bros. Pictures on April 21, 2023. 5. Evil Dead Rise. It is a 2023 American supernatural horror film written and directed by Lee Cronin. It is the second standalone entry and the fifth installment in the Evil Dead film series. The film stars Lily Sullivan and Alyssa Sutherland as 2 estranged sisters trying to survive and save their family from deadites. The film's development was preceded by scrapped plans for direct sequels to Evil Dead, 2013, and Army of Darkness, 1992, and a fourth season of Ash vs. Evil Dead, 2015 to 2018. The film was originally set to premiere on the streaming service HBO Max, but distributor Warner Bros. Pictures opted to release the film theatrically first after positive test screenings. Evil Dead Rise had its world premiere at South by Southwest on March 15, 2023 and was theatrically released in the United States on April 21, 2023 by Warner Bros. Pictures. The film received positive reviews from critics and grossed $67.2 million in the United States and Canada and $79.8 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $147 million, becoming the highest-grossing film of the series. At the 51st Saturn Awards, it earned 2 nominations, Best Horror Film and Best Makeup.